Hello sunshines, welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Today is Monday, the 27th of June, 2022, and this is episode 23. How are you? I am okay. I'm okay. I'm not great. I'm feeling kind of like low energy today. What I need to do is not look at social media, because every time I look at social media, it's dreadful and not good for my mental health, but I still keep looking. So yeah, I'm just really distressed right now about Supreme Court stuff, Also, yesterday I had a really, really productive day. Like, I knit 11 squares on a blanket. P.S. I finished all of the squares on my best friend's blanket. So now I'm working on the border. And I got one of the sides of the sashing finished. And then I just need to do the I-cord bind off. So all of the regular knitting is done. And I've started the I-cord bind off, but I've only bound off 3 stitches. I'm hoping to finish that tonight because I lost my train of thought. Because we're going to the movies tomorrow. Yes, Tuesday movies are a thing. Well, they are for last week and this week. Probably not going forward though, because my kids are going to be with their dad. So if we go to the movies, it will be just Patrick and I, and we probably won't go on Tuesday. We go on Tuesday right now because tickets they're discounted. They're $2 less per person, and we're Premier Rewards members, which means I pay $12 or something a year, $24, I don't know, a year for the membership, but we get free popcorn on Tuesdays, and there's no booking fees when you buy your tickets online, which I do, and there's some other perks, like a free birthday ticket and stuff. So anyway, it pays for itself. But what was I saying? I'm so distracted. Oh, we're going to the movies tomorrow. And if Patrick and I are going, we're probably not going on Tuesdays because he works on Tuesdays. We'll probably go on a different day while the kids are gone. I'm also bummed that my kids are going. It'll be good. It'll be good for them to go hang out with their dad. It will be good for me to have them out of the house so I can do a deep clean of the house. Parents, you know what I'm saying. When your kids are there, you can kind of deep clean, but not really. And it'll be really nice to clean a room and have it stay clean for weeks at a time. So, but it's only the second time ever that they've been gone this long. So yeah, I know I'm low energy because of that. So it's fine. Oh, and aside from knitting 11 squares on the blanket, that was my plan for the day. My plan was to knit those squares and take an easy day, maybe do some laundry, not do a lot. But then we went to the hardware store because my boyfriend wanted a new weed whacker. So we went and got one. And I also got materials for projects. So yesterday I painted my bathroom hallway. I did about a third of it completely. It's a really small space, so there's the wall space is maybe it's floor to ceiling height, but it's only 3 feet wide at the biggest portion of wall. So it's not something you can do you could use a roller, but I feel like that would waste a lot of paint. So we got paint for that. So I painted, it's more like 2/3 complete now. I did a third yesterday and I did a third today. But I can only do it for so long because holding the paintbrush hurts my hand, and and like washing down the walls hurts my hand, so I have to do it in chunks. So I did that, and then we had some holes in the wall from a hole randomly by our door where the dogs go out. So I feel like a dog was overzealous one day and either like pawed at the wall or like slammed into the wall, because it's right around like dog paw / shoulder height. Does that make sense? So I patched that. There were some other holes because kids. I patched those. I replaced a screen in my front door so that, you know, flies can't get in when we have the front door open, which is nice. I patched another screen that just had a couple small holes in it. So yeah, it was. I also bought the stuff to make a screen door because one of our doors doesn't have one, and it would be nice to be able to have that door open for ventilation purposes. So I'm going to make one out of wood, but probably not until the kids are with their dad, so that I can like have power tools out and not have to worry that I'm not hearing kids and stuff, you know. This is my own anxiety where I'm like, oh, what if I'm using the saw and Mara comes up behind me? So I'm gonna do that while they're gone, which means I got like, I don't need wood. We have wood in the garage, but I did get a little kit full of hardware for that, and the screen, obviously, to make the screen door. I do need to go back to the hardware store though, because my other screen door, the screen got ripped and the frame got bent, and I was like, oh well, I bought a big enough like thing that I could make a screen door and fix that screen and fix the other screen, but I didn't get a new frame. I forgot that the frame got bent until I got home. So wow, this is really random, and I hope that you're okay with like the home repair stuff. But anyway, I did all of that stuff yesterday, and today I'm just like, bleh. And because I was doing all of that stuff, I didn't go to sleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I still woke up at like 6 this morning. So I'm just feeling low energy. But I did force myself to paint my hallway because I'm good at starting things. Like, I'm good at starting projects, but if I don't push myself, they will languish. Like home repair projects, they will languish. So I will finish the bathroom. Probably not tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to the movies and then we're running errands, and we probably won't be home until like evening time. I don't remember what I was saying. The water fountain kicked on and I got distracted. So yeah, probably, I think I was talking about, I'm going to do the hallway this week. It's happening. Likely I will do some when I get home, and then some tomorrow morning, and then yeah. So I'm tired today. Other than the blanket, what have I been working on? Let's go there. I worked on this. I'm in the middle of a row. How lovely. I worked on this heating pad cozy. Oh, I'm not very far from the end of the row. So yeah, just a little bit, not too much. I didn't put in a marker of where I was when I saw you on Saturday, but mostly I worked on the blanket, honestly. But I did work on this on a little. When we went to the hardware store, I worked on it as we walked around. So it is really bunched up on these needles, but we're now this wide. I think my goal is to get to 20 ridges, and I'm at 9 ridges. That seems awfully narrow. we'll see. We'll reassess when I get to 20 ridges. 20 ridges based on the fact that the other one I made was 40 stitches wide. So 20 ridges is 40 rows, but I know that row gauge and stitch gauge are not the same. So like 20 was my initial goal for this. So yeah, so I'm going to take this to the movies tomorrow too, because the border is, it's 5 garter ridges and then an I-cord bind off, and I can do the garter ridges in the dark even with I-cord on either end, but I can't do an I-cord bind off in the dark. So once I get to the bind off, then I will switch to this project, because I can just do garter in the dark. So yeah, that's my plan. And then I haven't worked on the hearts yesterday or today, but I will get back to that, because my goal is to use up this ball of yarn and then send out hearts to my friend. You probably don't know what I'm talking about if you didn't watch last week's episode. So a friend of mine is collecting hearts to give out to give to a soup kitchen, so that they can give them out to people who come through the soup kitchen. Yes. So I think I have 5 made. Yeah, I think 5. I don't think I made 6 yet. So I'm just gonna, until this is used up, and it doesn't use very much yarn to make a heart, so I'll probably get another at least 5, maybe, I don't know. I have no idea how much yarn it uses. Anything I said at this point would be just speculation, because all of the hearts that I made so far, I used it when it was in like commercial skein form, and then my oldest wound it into a ball for me on the ball winder on Saturday when my kids were at the shop with me. So I don't have a visual of how much yarn is used up by a heart yet from this ball, so I don't have an idea. In other exciting news, non-crafty, I rode my bike into the shop today and it felt pretty easy, which is exciting, because I haven't ridden my bike that many times now, like 4 or 5 or 6, less than 10, definitely less than 10. So yeah, I don't know if it was because I wasn't pushing myself as hard, or I got a new seat for my bike. So that might help. I raised the bike seat, and that did help when I rode home, but I raised the bike seat and I got a better seat. So maybe that's why it felt so easy. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting stronger. Did I say that one already? I have no idea. But I'm really excited, and I'm super glad that I got the bike seat, because there were like 4 accessories that I want for my bike, and then it will be the bike that I really, really want. But to get them all at once would be more expense than I want to do at a time. So every couple weeks, probably not every week, but every couple weeks, I think I'm going to get myself an accessory. There's not that much more that I want. I want a rear view mirror for my bike, and I want a bell, and I want a basket for the back. And all of that is going to come up to about another $100. So after buying a bike and a helmet, and having like that, oh my gosh, that much price, then I was like, okay, 1 accessory every couple of weeks. So I got my seat, and that's really exciting. I don't know what I want next. I mean, probably the basket, because the basket would be the functional thing, but like the basket I like is like $50. I know, it feels like a lot to me to spend on. I don't buy things for myself. Does anybody else feel this, like when you're buying things for yourself? I don't buy things for myself, so like I already spent over $200 on a bike and my helmet was almost $50. So that feels really, really expensive for a thing for me. So yeah, the basket I want is like $50, so I'll probably get it in a few weeks. It just feels like a really big expense. And it also feels weirdly frivolous. However, it's not really, because I know I will use it all the time. The basket will make it possible for me to bring my laptop places. It's got like an insulated cover so that it's waterproof. So laptop can go in there, library books can go in there. I won't have to worry about like things possibly falling out. I'll be able to carry more stuff. So like food to the parks and stuff. Yeah. So that's a plan. And then I just need to start a bicycle fund for myself, basically. Well, not just for myself. I need a bicycle fund so that next year I can get my youngest a grown-up tricycle, because my youngest is 11. She'll be 12 in October. And she does not know how to ride a bicycle. She has no interest in learning how to ride a bicycle, which is fine. But I showed her adult tricycles. She's almost as tall as I am. She might be like 2 inches shorter than me. So like, she was like, oh, can you just get me a grown-up bike but with training wheels? And I was like, I don't think they make training wheels that big. Maybe they do. But we're just going to get her an adult tricycle, and then we can haul around lots of stuff, theoretically. But those are expensive. Those are so expensive. So I need to start saving up now so I can get her one for next summer. That was a huge tangent. Let's talk about what I've been reading. I finished The Chosen and the Beautiful yesterday. It was really good. I liked it way more than I remember liking The Great Gatsby, which it is based on. Really, really enjoyed the main character. So, highly recommend. It's like a magical realism retelling, and I don't remember anything about the main character from The Great Gatsby itself because I read that well over a decade ago. But the main character in The Chosen and the Beautiful is, she was adopted by missionaries from Vietnam. Yes. Pretty sure Vietnam. And so she's in 1920 era America, right when all the bad things are going down for Asian people in America. So that was a really interesting take and a stressful read because of it. I'm still reading Genji, and why is he so gross? I mean, I know why. It's because women are property. Women were historically property for a very, very long time. It's only recently that women have become not property. Except we're back to being property again. Yay. So, yeah, I'm still reading that. Not really enjoying it, but forcing my way through it. There are some chapters that I've really, really liked, but they're the chapters that don't have Genji as the main focus. It's when it's focused on other characters. I just don't like him. So, still reading that. Still reading Didn't We Almost Have It All, which is kind of a biography-ish about Whitney Houston. And I'm really enjoying that. if you remember back to when I was talking about my reading goals, I think I talked about them last week. My goal was 15 pages of nonfiction a day. I have definitely been reading more than that a day because I'm reading a whole chapter pretty much every day. Didn't we almost have it all? So that is going to take me way less time than I thought it would, which is fine. Very lovely. And then I started reading The Viscount Who Loved Me, which is the second book in the Bridgerton series. I started reading it last night. I'm not very far, about 14 pages in. But it'll probably be a quick read for me. The Chosen and the Beautiful took me so long because there was like a lot of mental work going on as I was reading it, like thinking about history and thinking about immigration issues and thinking about women's issues and stuff. Thinking about like the LGBTQ community issues were all tied up in that book. So a lot of thinking. I feel like The Viscount Who Loved Me, even though it's much longer, is going to take way less time because it's not going to be as taxing, as mentally taxing. But who knows, it could take me as many weeks. We'll see. All right, friends, I have been very rambly and babbly, and I will talk to you again sometime later this week. Bye for now. Hello, sunshines. Happy Saturday. We are at the yarn shop, and let's check in. So I have wet hair because I just washed my hair before work. I meant to take a shower earlier in the morning so it would not be so wet when I got here, but then I didn't. Then I got distracted. I fell down a rabbit hole of paper crafting because I got 2 letters in the last few days that I'm going to respond to today. But I like to send little extras. Frequently I like to make inspiration cards, so I did that, and then I also made some postcards to send out to some kiddos, and I also made a card to send to one of my pen pals. So I'm going to go on a little detour here. So I have different types of pen pals. Like some pen pals are definitely letter pen pals. Like I know when I sit down it's going to be a big time commitment. And then some of my pen pals are just like little note card pen pals, where it's literally just take a card, fill just the inside of the card, and that's enough, and send it off. So one of the pen pals that I'm writing back is one of those types of pen pals. So I made her a card. And yeah, I fell down that rabbit hole this morning, and I love making them so much, but I don't have a dedicated space to work on them, so I don't do it very often because I have to pull out washi tapes and the cards to make them, and the whatever I'm going to put on the back of the cards to make it pretty. This time I used scrapbooking paper and pens, scissors. Like I have to pull all of that out, put it on a workspace. Someday the goal is to have a craft room where I can just like have all of that stuff in my desk or on my desk so it's easily accessible, so I can just pull out the stuff to make a card. But since I have to pull out everything and it's a big to-do, I make batches. So you've seen some pictures of the progress as I've been talking to you, or not the progress, the process. So yeah, I made those this morning, and that's really, really exciting. And I don't remember why I started telling you that story, but that's what I did this morning. So this week, what I've really been working on is my blanket. Well, it's not my blanket, it's for my best friend, and it is finished. So proud. So proud. I didn't finish it in June, but I finished it on July 1st, which is close enough. I would have finished it, but I ran out of yarn and I couldn't find my last little bit of yarn. And then I did, but not until July 1st. So in that process, I reorganized my minis stash. So look for a video about that later this month. It's July. I don't have kiddos for this month, so I'm planning on doing extras videos, at least one a week, but maybe like 2 a week of just like random extra things. Not really random. Like I'm going to do a craft with me video. I'm going to do a color with me, I think, and I'm going to do an update on 2020 Year of Blankets. So have those in mind. So yeah, look for an extra video sometime midweek for the month of July. I did not last week show you the finished cover for the heating pad, but I did finish it. It is finished. It has been used. It has gone through the wash, which is why it's sitting a little wonky because I didn't fold it correctly when it came out of the wash. But yeah, it is lovely. So here, all the way over there, is the second one. And I know it looks really narrow, but once I wash it, this garter stitch is going to open up, and it's really awkward because it's I'm kind of in the middle of the row because, okay, so it's gonna open up, so it's gonna stretch, so it's gonna be wider. You know what, maybe I'll do like 2 more ridges. I was going to do an I-cord bind off, no, a 3 needle bind off to put these together, but I think I'm going to do 2 more ridges before I do that. Anyway, the reason why I'm going to do the 3 needle bind off is because I'm going to start down at the bottom of the bag, and then I will end where the opening is, and then I will pick up stitches and knit the flap like this for the bag. So that's my thought process, but now that I'm holding them up together, I want to make that a little bit wider. The yarn is Unique Yarn. I'll put in that same picture from last week so you can see the tag. And there's no real like rush to have these done, but I also don't want this sitting around for forever, because what I'm going to do once this one is finished is I have this leftover and another little ball of leftover from the other one, so I'm going to make a third one. And I don't know, I don't actually know if this will be enough for a full third one, but if not, I have some purple cotton yarn. I think it's a little bit thicker, but I'll just play around with stitch counts and stuff to make it work to finish a third cover. And then I think I might be covered out, and I'll just make a 4th one at some point in the later future so we can all have them. I don't even have interiors made yet for all of these, but whatever, it's fine. And then I have also been working on a sock because we're going to the movies, not on a Tuesday. We're actually going tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna have a blanket to work on, so I should take a sock. And my plan was just to cast on the sock, and then I didn't really have like super easy vanilla knitting, so whenever I just needed to knit on something but didn't want to like, oh, I forgot to bring a project to show you. We'll talk about it in a minute, and I'll put in pictures. Yeah, whenever I just like, I needed a brain break for a second, you know, a round or two, I would pick up this sock, and I am halfway through the heel already. So I need to finish the heel and do the heel turn and get myself to the gusset decreases, because I can do those in the dark, but I can't do a heel turn in the dark, I don't think. So I need to do that today. That's goal for today, is to finish this heel turn. Yes, those are the words. So reading, I'm still reading Tale of Genji. Doing okay on that. I haven't read it every single day this week, but it's fine. It's fine. I've also been reading like a random-ish amount of pages. This week, instead of trying to read 15 pages a day, I was reading chapters, as long as those chapters weren't ridiculously long. I think one of them was about 20 pages, and another chapter was like 12 pages, so it comes out in the wash. Let's see, my books are stacked right there, right out of where you can see, because I brought them all so I would remember to talk about them all, but I will just put in pictures. Yeah. So Tale of Genji, still reading that. I finished Didn't We Almost Have It All, which was really, really good. I read it a lot faster than I thought I was going to, because again, my goal is 15 pages a day, but then I was reading the 30-page chapters in a day. So very much enjoyed it, enjoyed the storytelling, the style, so definitely recommend that. And then I'm dangerously close to finishing The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn, which is Bridgerton, book number 2. I think I'm around like page 415, 16, somewhere around there, and there are 450 something pages with the second epilogue. So yeah, for some reason I had it in my head that there were only 405 pages, so I thought I was going to finish it yesterday. I was going to wait for the AC to kick off before I finished this story, but if I do that, then the yarn shop is going to be open and I'll be opening late. So just going to finish this up. I'm sorry the AC is loud. I got to page like 410 and I was like, this is not what I thought it was going to be, so I went to sleep. I didn't force myself to read the last 40 pages because I was tired after driving my kids to see their dad. So upcoming, I'm going to read Sea State for nonfiction. I don't know anything about it. And Lore for fiction. I'm pretty sure that was recommended to me by my friend Mimi, but that might not be true. Yeah, so I really quick want to show you my cute t-shirt. Isn't that cute? One of the ladies who works at the knit shop owns a printing thing, or like owns a business that does screen printed shirts. I don't know what exactly that is, but how cute is that? So I'll put a picture of the tag here so you can check out her stuff if you want to. I love this shirt, and you'll probably see it a lot on Saturdays because it's my new like work uniform. Yeah, so I'm going to now do something that I don't normally do on the podcast because I don't buy a lot of crafting supplies, but I have a little tiny haul video from the Dollar Tree, so that's gonna come in here, and then it'll be pictures from the week. So I'm gonna sign off the talking part, kind of, except that haul video. But I hope you had a really productive week. I hope that mostly you were okay, and I will talk to you in about a week. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I know I've asked some questions in here. Love the discussion when we have it in the chat, in the comment section. Yeah, I'll see you about a week. Bye, friends. I don't usually go into Dollar Tree because I don't necessarily need anything from Dollar Tree, and also everything is only $1.25, so I'm like, oh, it's okay, I can get that, I might need that, it's only $1.25, and then I come out with a whole bag. So I'm going to show you what I went in for. So this is what I went into the store for. I got a hairbrush because anybody else, like every 6 months or so, my hairbrush just disappears, and I'm sure that I'm gonna find probably 6 to 8 brushes when I deep clean my house because my kids aren't home. However, I don't have one for today. So like every 6 to 8 months my hairbrush just disappears. So I got a new hairbrush, and then I have some picture frames that I'm actually really excited about. I am going to do I'm going to do a video that I'm going to release next week Thursday, or this coming week Thursday, I guess is a better way to say it. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So those are what I went into the store for. But then these were things that were all in the same aisles as what I was getting. So I got glue because I realized that I might want it for this thing that I'm going to show you. And stickers. Do I need more stickers? No, but look how cute they are. And I'm not keeping all of those for me. I am sending some to pen pals, and let's flip through these cute stickers. So these are puffy, like fabric stickers. And then that's one page. And then these are glittery dinosaur stickers and holographic dinosaur stickers. And then these are just leaves on a background, but they're cute anyway, right? And then hair elastics because, again, like they walk off. I don't know what happens. I know it happens. They break after a time, and I leave them places, like in the bottoms of bags. So these are going to go in my car, so I have them. And then envelopes because I am tentatively going to write to my kiddos at their dad's house a couple times, and I just don't have any plain envelopes. I have like fancy envelopes. This is going to sound really bad, but like I don't think that my kids would appreciate fancy handmade envelopes the way that my pen pals do. So I have this. And also so that I have envelopes for things like sending in rebates and stuff. So, because I'm always struggling to find an envelope for those sorts of things. So yeah, now I have this, and there we go. Very exciting. I mean, it wasn't like it was a huge expense, but like these are not things that I went in for.